high-speed rail, one of the most convenient forms of transport. I wish I could show you HS2, but sadly, the construction workers were too slow to build the line. Instead, I show you CRH China high-speed rail, which, to be honest, there's way more of them as opposed to those in UK. We've only got HS1. Right. And by the way, the Chinese characters here are pronounced 和谐号. Right, let's jump into coding this, shall we? Firstly, we are going to configure. That means import all the modules that we will need. For example, turtle. And I'm going to use this method of imported rather than just import turtle, because it allows me to write functions like this without having to write the preceded turtle dot before every turtle function. And we are also going to use a Python built-in module called math, from which we are going to import the tangent function and the pi function. I am also going to define some variables. Left shift equals 727. This is, when I say left shift equals 727, I mean this in terms of how many pixels to the left of the y-axis. That is where the train starts from. Here. Coaches, we have 5 coaches. Coach size 250. When I say coach size, that means how long the coaches are. So when I show you this picture again, from between this line and that line, we have 250 pixels. Yeah? Speed 0, so that the high-speed train is drawn in a flash, so that the turtle draws faster than the high-speed train can carry passengers. Tracer 0, so that in the blink of an eye, we can see the high-speed train. Just like in the blink of an eye, the CRH goes through Xi'an to Beijing. And high turtle, because we don't need to see the turtle draw it. It just draws by magic. Just like the speeds from Xi'an to Beijing are like magic. No, we're not going to do that. Yet. We are going to do that, but not immediately. First, we are actually going to do the outline of train. So we are going to use a function to define what outline is. Y coordinate scale is fill, direction, right text, windows. And in fact, I'm going to set default parameters so that you coders can skip the hassle of try to write them all out. And even though I am defining them to false, the reality is when I actually call the function, some of them are going to be true, such as write text, because you can see text in the original photo. Sorry, not photo, the drawing. And on the canvas, is fill. They are filled in. As shown here, they're filled in and they have text. Up, set x minus left shift, which was what I meant by left shift. 0, what I'm doing is taking the central turtle off the page and then moving it to the coordinates -727 and 0. Now we are going to draw the front. Uh, 25, 85. So when I say front, I'm talking about the outline of the front carriage. Nope. X core plus tangent I times pi over 180. This is just a function to draw the fancy curve. Y core plus Y core scale. It's just a function to determine how fast the line rises. So when I take out the picture there. So when I said tangent I times pi over 180, I'm talking about the function that curves in, that does this curve in movement. Yeah, so I'm basically drawing a tangent graph, like a section of a tangent graph between where I is 25 and 85, and then having it just curve off. Really. And set y. Set y is to determine how far it stretches. For example, some of them I want to stretch a bit more than others. Like for example, and also maybe in the opposite direction for the bottom outline. But for the top outline, it's going to be big and positive, like biggest and positive relative to the other positives. To draw the windows, which I call the middle outlines. The bottom outline is negative and very small. Windows and basically this is so basically if windows at I equals 37, I equals 37, this is where I equals 37, this is the point of a tangent graph where I actually try to start filling in this area. The point is when begin fill starts here and end fill starts where I is equal to 77, the whole front section of a train, this little bit divide between the top and the straight diagonal line is filled in, which will represent the window of the driver, so the driver can see where they're going. Funny enough, because some Chinese high-speed trains don't have drivers, operated completely by the operators, like in the control centers. Oh, in fact, I'll just do it this way rather. No, I won't do that like that. And I equals 77. Then we end fill, just like I said. Anyone notices? All right. Now we've done drawing the front outline. Text. Oh yes, now I see why I've written all these commands, because this is a default, but sometimes we need to manipulate these commands to be true, like because every time we run the outline function, we call it rather. I don't want it to. Sometimes I want text to be drawn. Sometimes I want text to be written. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want the window to be drawn, and sometimes I don't. Because like it wouldn't make sense if you're trying to draw the bottom outline, and have to fill in windows. Because what kind of windows would that look like? Yep. Y core -15. Right. Don't worry if you can't write CRH 和谐号. basically you need a Chinese keyboard and you need to type in HE, looking for this Chinese character, here, XIE, and we're looking for, not this character, we really need to scroll down a little, or even easier with Chinese keyboard, just type the whole thing. Yeah, it just comes out by itself, and boom, it's an easy reference to high-speed trades, just like in the second emoji in position 2 of the options. But really, an English person would see what I wrote as hexy how, which is what happens if you ignore Chinese pronunciation methods. No, we're done with the Chinese keyboard. Arial. We just need to set some font changes. So 12 bold. I like a bit of bold because it sounds bold. Yeah, I'm sure we're bold programmers. Align equals left. It's just arbitrary. Y core minus 15. No, not minus 15, plus 15. So basically tell it turtle to move down 15 pixels and then move back up 15 move down 15 pixels so that it can position itself to draw write the text and move back up 15 pixels. Just like you can see here. The text is here. So it moves down, writes the text, moves back up. Anyone notice a style change on my new Mac? And I'm no longer using sublime text, I'm using PyCharm. So I'm no longer on Windows as well. Now we go to draw the middle section of the outline. Coaches minus 2. Basically, coaches minus 2 to exclude the front and back sections, which means that at the top, if you set the coaches value to less than 2, it will just crash the program. Because Rage can't take negative values like that. Direction is fill. Hang on, I haven't defined gap yet. Forward gap 10 fill. So what this command is doing is I tell it to gap. So the function gap will do something like, so what gap is going to do is go to gap across and draw the outline here. So gap across and then fill and then move forward up to here. Gap again, move forward, gap and move forward, depending on and then do that for coaches minus 2 times, and then do a final gap so that it's ready to draw the back of the train, the final carriage, which is also head carriage. I haven't defined gap yet, and when I finish defining this function, when I finish defining the outline function, I'll go define gap. Back, forward, coach size minus 50. Basically what I'm, yes, minus 50. If write text up, set y command, basically copy paste. Yep. Basically the reverse of what we've done here. Right, let's just copy paste it. Like the time functions are going to be the same in principle, only it's reversed. So the reason why I go 84 24 minus 1 is basically it's just a little quirk. It's just a little quirk of programming where range only starts where range only doesn't actually touch the final number as I commanded. So previously when I set it to go to 85, it doesn't actually go to 85. It goes through the number I goes through numbers 25 through to 84 inclusive, and not doesn't touch 85. But here it goes to 25, 84 down to 25, not 24. That's just how range works. Don't ask me why it's like that. Ask the Python creators. Alright, set X, set Y, set X. Come on. Oh, this is definitely not high-speed rail speed. The speed I'm coding this. Better get going. Range. No, we're done with the function. Great. And yes, as I promised, I'm going to define gap. So what I mean by the function gap is a function that goes between coaches. Gap, size, direction is true by default. It just looks cool. It's personal preference. But if its fill is true, set y core minus 50. Binary size, set y core plus 40 times direction, set x core plus 1, set y. What? No, what? Minus 40 times direct. So the code I've just written here is just go to basically do a zigzag movement. It's just going to do a zigzag movement just to fill every pixel. I know it's slow. It's not the most efficient, but really, it's just to avoid using the command begin fill, end fill. It's just too much hassle. Basically, that's what I've went with, but oh yeah, and direction. The pointer's direction is going to be y core is going to drop down 50 pixels, and then move back up 40 pixels, and then shift 1 pixel to the right, and then back down up, and then shift back up, shift back up, shift back up, shift back up, shift. Sorry, not a zigzag like I previously said, but more like a comb, a hair comb. Yep. So set y core my 10 times direction, set x core plus size, set y minus 10 times direction. Well, so if it's not begin, really, we're not actually going to utilize this, but this is a code this is going to be the code if you actually care about it. If you actually don't want the gap to be filled, but it looks cool if the gap is filled. It's more realistic in every way. So when I run it, it's going to be filled. Actually, wait. No, sorry. Ignore what I just said. It's necessary because like we're going to be running this within the outline function, and I don't want this to be filling in every time I run the outside function, because it's just going to look weird when I'm trying to draw the middle borders or the bottom border. It's only going to apply for when I draw the top border. That's why which is why I have customizable inputs and default inputs, which are overridable. Right. Now we're going to define how. Right. Let's see how this runs first. So. This is why I like PyCharm better than Sublime Text. Alright, I did make a typo. It's just a better IDE in every way. It's got lots of development features, like it just draws. It just highlights a syntax error for me, so that when I run it, it's not going to show up any problems. Oh, made lots of typos actually. And boom, all fixed. And also, the best thing about it is it actually shows me what the arguments, which arguments link to which parameters. So 1 Windows equals true. So basically, this is how I choose. So basically, what I did there is choose which parameter I'm going to override, so that I can do it out of order rather than having to fill in each parameter in order, because I don't know what the defaults are. It's just program. Python's great. Let's see what we have. Yes. We don't have anything because it just closed by itself. Update down. No, done. So it just main loop. Oh, what happened here? Guess that's what happens when I copy paste. Let's do some debugging. Congrats me. China has the largest high-speed network there in the high-speed draw network there in the world. Like, the UK doesn't even come close. Maybe because China actually needs it to carry 1.4 billion people around. UK is just a small island with 70 million people. Alright. Oh, wrong signs. Yeah. Wait, no. This should be plus. Because here it's meant to be moving. Because here we're taking the top outlier as a reference, but it's meant to be moving down towards the end, not up, which is where I went wrong. Let's see where does that get me now? Oh, still. Let's see. Probably something to do with the gap function. Oh, why is this minus? This should be a plus. Yep. Let's see where. Oh, still bad. What happened? Alright, let me investigate. I think it's something to do towards the end. I've made a little logic error. Oh, this shouldn't be a minus sign. This should be a plus sign. There we go. So I'm going to make it clear that this is drawing the top boundary, and this is drawing the bottom boundary. This is drawing the middle top window, Middle bottom window. So let's see where we've got to now. Ah, yes, here we go. This is what I'm looking. Oh, no, it's not what I'm looking for. I think the pen's been taken off the page near the end, which is not what we want. But the rest of the trade is what we're looking for. Windows that are yet to be filled in. Yep. But right now I can't draw anything because of what's happening over there. So I'm gonna do something about it. Oh yes, I've indented this in when I shouldn't have. This is a problem. This is a problem. Can't just indent stuff. Like other languages don't care whether you indent things or not, but this is Python. Indents are literally integral to the indents are literally integral part of Python syntax. And now this is what we should have: the end, the front, and the middle, with the outline of the windows that I have not yet filled in. I'm gonna do that now. Right, this is going to be the I'll call it decoration of windows. Yeah. Oh, doesn't that look slick? Oh wow, this is actually this is actually a big chunk of a train done already. Making some fast progress. It just looks cool. 2025 design. Perfect. It's just a perfect number, not a mathematically perfect number. It's just a nice number every way. 2025. Ah yes, we need to define door, because that's what we're missing. We're missing doors, we're missing wheels, and we're missing a whole lot of other stuff. Right. And the windows for the doors. Yep. Configure, set heading 90, so we're actually ready to draw the door down. Drawing the door frame, fill color white, so override the blackness that's been already drawn by the window function. So begin fill. So basically I choose fill color white just so that it only changes the fill color, not the pen color. The pen color I still want to be black. Circle -10, 90, 90. So basically turn by 1 degree every step. And also 90 out of 360 means we're drawing a quarter circle. And -10 justify which way it curves. I don't want it to curve to the left. I want it to curve to the right. So drawing a circle in a right turn, basically. Forward. So negative is clockwise. 5 circle forward 20. So basically we're drawing a rounded rectangle with this function. And fill. So basically we're a rounded rectangle with just smacking it with white. Configure for window frame. Right. So when I say configure, it's get it a turtle to get the turtle ready, like in terms of positioning and settings. So now we're actually drawing a window, fill color. Technically this is still configuration, but I'm going to do something where I don't use true black. I choose for color to be gray, -70. I don't know my grade percentages, but the RGB value for this is 32, 32, 32. Please tell me I got that right. So, yeah, I got it right. 2. So, minus 5, 1990. So basically drawing a extended. So basically the shape that you get if you cut open the circle and draw and insert it in a rectangle with inserted a rectangle so that it still looks like a circle, more like an oval. So it's smooth across the edges. Just smack a rectangle in. Great. Drawing. Oh, Darwin. Wheels. Oh, that's. No. Why you split the parentheses like that? I don't know what. SETI. So we're gonna SETI Wicor minus 55 down. And here we're actually going to draw the wheels rather than just do boring configuration. 2060 180. So basically we're drawing a 20 begin fill circle. No, what am I doing? I'm honestly used to Control Y, Control Z for redo, undo, but the Mac works differently. Like Command Y doesn't do undo. I have to do Command Shift Z to do redo. Sorry, Command Y doesn't do redo. Sorry, and fill. Yep. Circle. Oh. Seems like PyCharm knows what to do by default. What I want to do by default. Set Y call. No, not minus 35, plus 55. I mean, it seems like this was like PyCharm better than the Sublime Text. It's good I made the switch. Life has been going great. Wait. Oh, what was the point of this if I'm just gonna... What's the point of that if I just put the pen back down, put the pen down and back up? So what's the point of that? So, when we finish creating a door, now we're going to create a function to draw doors. Unplug the computer. Set X minus left shift. Set Y 0. So we're going to draw a multiple succession. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is a save function that I used. In fact, should I copy paste? I'm not gonna copy paste. Fine. Set y core plus 0.65. Set x core minus 42.5. Coaches door set x core minus 40 door It's much more efficient to code with PyCharm, I should say. Plus 50. But make it clear, it's not necessarily easier to code with PyCharm, it's just more efficient. There's a distinction between easy and efficient. Let's see. Ah yes. So the code is basically gets a turtle to be in position ready to draw the doors by using the tangent function to get the turtle in line, so it's going to draw a neat line of doors. Basically. Let's see where we've got to here. So decoration of livery, pen color, blue, to oh yes. No, sorry. So don't worry about decoration of livery yet, but let's see where we've got to now. Oh, great. We have doors. Now it's basic. Now the main part of the trade is basically done. All we need to do now is to just add in the little blue decorations and make it look like an actual 和谐号 train. Fun fact, this specific type of train has a dedicated Chinese translation called 高铁. Usually a generic train would be called 火车, literally a fire car. Do you like fire cars? And 高铁 literally means high rail. That's funny. But anyway, get on to it. Decoration of livery outline. I should have you guess which. Let's start from here. Pen color blue. No, not the capital letter blue. That's just gonna mess around with the. That's just gonna mess around with the turtle code. It's just not gonna recognize. It's case sensitive in every way. False. 0 true. Don't worry. PyCharm will tell you what I mean. Which parameters point to which. Pen color, not blue, but black. After I finish doing that, finishing draw. So basically reconfigure the turtle to draw the rest of the train. And we should be done by now. Let's see if we are actually done. Let's see. Not yet. This is not in the correct place yet. We need to rectify that. So basically the error comes probably around here. Good. Oh yes, this is meant to be aligned to the right. And we should be done by now. And voila! We have a train. Oh, perfect. The best train in the world. It also actually looks like a. It actually looks like a CRH 和谐号 as well. I mean, if you go to China, that's what you will see. Now, I just wanted to leave you one more task. Guess which Guess which video this video is a sequel to, and post your guess in the comments section below. And I'll see you in the next one.